Hello friends, in today's video lecture we are going to discuss about molecular basis of genetic information. Okay, so in this topic we have to discuss what is the molecular level of the genes, right? So what is the information which provides the genes, right? What is the gene, exactly what is the gene is. Okay, so here first we will go through the gene. What do you mean by gene? Okay, so gene is unit of heredity and it controls the traits. Okay, so it is unit of heredity and also it will have a control on traits or nothing but the characters, right? What do you mean by gene? Gene is the unit of heredity and it has a control on traits or character. That is nothing but a gene. Okay, these genes are present in hereditary material. Okay, if you see the location, right, if you see the place where they are present, okay, so those are present at the hereditary material. That hereditary material is nothing but a DNA molecule. Okay, so these genes are present in the one hereditary material. That hereditary material is nothing but the DNA molecule. DNA in the sense this is deoxyribonucleic acid. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, and we will see what exactly DNA is. Okay, so here it is DNA. So DNA is a hereditary material which consists of polynucleotide chains and also controls the intracellular functions as well as involved in transmission of traits from parents to the offspring. Okay, so DNA is a material which consists of polynucleotide chains, means that it is made up of many number of nucleotide chains. First point. Second is that it also controls the intracellular interaction. Okay, intracellular interaction in the cells, right? Because DNA is found in the nucleus, right? And nucleus is present in the cell. Okay, so whatever the intracellular functions, those are controlled by this DNA. How exactly it is? DNA have the capacity to produce proteins, right, which is responsible or which is required for the cellular functioning, right? So it not only influences the transmission of traits, it's also influence in the intracellular functions by promoting by producing some kinds of proteins. And second is that what is the chemical composition of DNA? Okay, so how DNA is made up of? What are the components which are made by the DNA? Okay, or what are the components which makes the DNA? Okay, so chemical composition of DNA. DNA is made up of many monomeric units. Okay, so DNA it is made up of many monomeric units. Those monomeric units are nothing but the nucleotides, right? Mainly 4 ribonucleotides are found in DNA. Each of those consists of pentose sugar, phosphate group and nitrogenous bases. Okay, so here it is DNA, it is majorly made up of, this is majorly made up of main 3 components, that is nothing but the pentose sugar, phosphate group and nitrogen bases. Okay, so these 3 are the main important constituent of this DNA. Okay, and so there are 4 ribonucleotides. There are nothing but this one, pentose sugar, phosphate groups and as well as nitrogen bases. Okay, so we will see one by one how pentose sugar is arranged, how it works, and second phosphate group, and third one is the nitrogen bases, right? The first component of the DNA is the pentose sugar. It can be also called as deoxyribose. Okay, a pentose sugar made of 4 carbon atoms which combines with 1 oxygen atom to form a ring-like structure. Okay, so here a pentose sugar is nothing but it is made up of 4 carbon atoms. If you see the structure of the pentose sugar, it is made up of 4 carbon atoms and which combines with one oxygen atom. Okay, so it combines with the 4 carbon atoms will combines with the one oxygen atom to form a ring-like structure. To form a ring-like structure. See here. Okay, this is the structure of the pentose sugar, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons, right? This consists of 4 carbons. These 4 carbons is combined to the oxygen to form a ring-like structure. Okay, and second point is that outside the ring, a fifth atom forms CH2 group. Here, this one. Okay, outside the ring, an atom forms the CH2 group and 3 OH groups attached at the position first, third and fifth. Means this pentose sugar consists 3 OH groups and those 3 OH groups are attached at the first carbon, third carbon and fifth carbon of the ring. Okay, so this is one OH group, this is the first carbon and this is second and this is third carbon, that which is attached to the OH group, and this is the fourth carbon and this is the fifth carbon which is attached by the OH group. So this is 1, 3rd and 5th, right? So these 3 carbons get attached with this OH group. Okay, so this regards the pentose sugar, which can be also called as deoxyribose. And second main important component is phosphate group. Okay, so in case of phosphate group, in DNA, ribose were attached by phosphate groups. Okay, so these ribose or these pentose sugars are get attached one by one by the help of the pentose group. Okay, pentose group attached to third carbon of one pentose, right, pentose sugar, and fifth carbon of another pentose sugar, right? See here. Okay, so this is the phosphate group, right? So what is the function of the phosphate group? It's just attaching the 2 pentose sugars, right? It will joining the 2 pentose sugar. How? In which region? Okay, so first this is, we will number, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4 and this is 5. In this case this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4 and this is 5. Okay, so the pentose group, this phosphate group is attaching a third carbon of one pentose sugar to the fifth carbon of another pentose sugar. See here, this is third carbon of one ribose sugar to the fifth carbon of the one ribose sugar. Okay, so like this, what it will do? It will make a nuclear chain. It will make a chain of the pentose sugar, right? And third one will be the nitrogenous base. Okay, we will discuss that. Third one is the nitrogen bases, right? So nitrogen bases are there are two groups of nitrogen bases. Okay, so they are pyrimidine and purine. Okay, in case of nitrogen bases in DNA we will found 2 types of nitrogen bases or 2 groups of nitrogen bases. So first one is the pyrimidine and second one is the purine, right? So we will see what are those. Pyrimidine is 6-member aromatic ring. First one is that it is pyrimides are the 6-member aromatic ring that contains 2 nitrogen atoms. Okay, they have 2 nitrogen atoms and it includes 2 nitrogen bases, right? So here what happens in case of pyrimidine? Pyrimidines are those which have the 6-member aromatic ring and they have the those aromatic rings have the 2 nitrogen atoms. Okay, and second point is that this pyrimidine includes mainly 2 nitrogen bases. Okay, it includes mainly 2 nitrogen bases. What are those bases? They are, one is thymine and second one is the cytosine. Okay, so thymine and cytosines are the pyrimidine, right? So these 2 nitrogen bases are the pyrimidine. Okay, but in case of RNA, right? RNA also genetic material, where in case of some lower organism, the good example is virus, right? So virus have the RNA as the genetic material. Instead of DNA, they have the RNA. in RNA also we will found the nitrogen bases. But the small changes here is, in case of RNA is, instead of thymine they have uracil, right? So in case of DNA we have thymine, but in case of RNA we have, instead of thymine we have uracil, right? So which is the pyrimidine, right? So pyrimidine includes thymine and cytosine in case of DNA, in case of RNA, cytosine and uracil in case of RNA. Okay. So first this is the structure of thymine, right? Thymine, which is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon, right? Like this. It is a aromatic ring, means it it will smells. This is the thymine, and this structure will be cytosine, and this structure will be the uracils. Okay. So these nitrogen bases which have the 2 nitrogen atoms in their ring. So here this is 1, this is 2, and here this is 1, this is 2, and here it is 1, it is 2. Okay, in the ring they have 2, but in case of cytosine they have 1 nitrogen atom in outer side of the ring. Okay, so this is thymine, this is cytosine, and this is uracil, which are the pyrimidine, right? Second one is the purines, right? So purines are those which consist of pyrimidine ring, right? So purines which consist of pyrimidine ring attached to the imidazole ring with nitrogen. Okay, and purines includes 2 nitrogen bases, that is they are, one is adenine and second one is guanine, right? So purines consist of pyrimidine ring. Okay, let us consider this is adenine, this is the structure of adenine. So this is nothing but the pyrimidine, right? A 6-membered ring. So purines consist of pyrimidine ring attached with imidazole ring. This one is the imidazole ring. So imidazole ring and pyrimidine ring, they both combine to form the purines. Okay. And second part is that they have, purines include 2 nitrogen bases. So one is adenine and so another one is guanine. Okay, this is the structure of adenine and this is the structure of guanine. Okay, both in case of purines they have contains 1 pyrimidine, right? And second is that the DNA is made of nucleotides, nucleosides and polynucleotides. Okay, so DNA, it is mainly made up of nucleotides, nucleosides and polynucleotides. Okay, first one is nucleosides. So what are nucleosides? How DNA get arranged in that? Okay, the combination of nitrogen bases with pentose sugar, right? The combination of nitrogen bases and pentose sugar is called as nucleosides, right? So nucleosides are nothing but the pentose sugar with nitrogen base. That is called as the nucleosides. That is, pentose sugar plus nitrogen base is nothing but the nucleoside. Okay. For example, deoxyribose is nothing but the pentose sugar, and adenosine is one nitrogen base. So if you consider, if they are attached to both, if a pentose sugar is attached to the adenosine, at that time it will form deoxyadenosine. Okay, for example, if you take pentose sugar plus guanine, so it will be deoxyguanosine. Like same, if you take pentose sugar with thymine, deoxythymidine, like this. And second one is the nucleotides. Nucleotides are those which are monomeric unit of the nucleic acids. Nucleic acid nothing but the nitrogen bases. Okay, so these are the monomeric units of the nucleic acids. These are nucleic acids are nothing but the DNA, RNA. Okay, so these are the monomeric units of the nucleic acids. These are made by nucleosides linked with phosphoric acid, right? So nucleotides are nothing but these are the monomers of the nucleic acid, that is DNA and RNA. And these nucleic acids are nucleotides are made by nucleosides linked with phosphoric acid, means nucleosides and phosphoric acid, they get attached together form a nucleotide. Okay. By phosphodiester bond, both nucleosides and phosphoric acid are attached by the phosphoester bond. Okay. For example, this is the nucleoside plus phosphate to form a this is nucleotide. For example, if you can take nucleoside will be adenosine, deoxyadenosine, right, plus phosphate. So it will form the deoxyadenosine monophosphate, right? So this is nothing but the nucleotide. Okay. So for example, you can take thymosine plus phosphate. It will form deoxythymosine monophosphate, right? So like this the nucleotide will be formed. Nucleotide is nothing but the monomeric unit of the nucleic acids. Okay. And third one is the polynucleotides. What do you mean by poly? Means many. Nucleotides means nucleoside plus phosphoric acid or nucleoside plus linked with the phosphoric acid. So that is nothing but the nucleotide, means many number of nucleotides, right? So these are, there are the four joined, they are four and joined together by phosphodiester bond, right? So nucleic acid polynucleotides nothing but the four, they are four and joined together by the phosphodiester bond to form a long chain, right? So what happens? These nucleotides will join together by a phosphodiester bond to form a long chain. That long chain is called as polynucleotides, right? So nucleotides, they are attached one by one or they are linked one by one by phosphodiester bond to form a long chain. That long chain is nothing but the polynucleotides. Okay. DNA is made up of two polynucleotides. Okay. We know that DNA is the double stranded structure, right? So double stranded in the sense they have the two polynucleotides. Okay. Polynucleotide chains which are anti-parallel to each other. Those two polynucleotides are anti-parallel to each other and they are attached by the hydrogen bond, right? So let us consider these two are the two polynucleotides of the DNA, right? So one will move in this direction and one will move in opposite direction. This is anti-parallel. And these two polynucleotide strands are attached, are held by between hydrogen bonds. So those are the hydrogen bonds. Okay. So this is the genetic information. It is how, what is DNA and what are the components of DNA and how it is made. Okay. And next is we are going to discuss what is the structure of the DNA. Okay, this is the structure of DNA. Okay. Structure of DNA. This is given by Watson and Crick. Right. So James Watson and Francis Crick. So these two scientists, what they did, they studied the X-ray diffraction and crystallography right? So by X-ray diffraction and crystallography, they demonstrated a 3D dimension and 3D dimension of the DNA, structure of the DNA. Okay. So these are the points which were given by the Francis Crick and Watson. Okay, we will see one by one. So first is that double-stranded DNA molecule has a diameter of 20 angstrom. One full turn of DNA measures about 34 degree angstrom with 10 base pairs, and the distance between two successive base pairs is 3.4 angstrom, and angle between the steps is 36 degree. So here the first point states that the double-stranded DNA molecule has diameter of 20 degree angstrom. Okay, so diameter from here to here to here, that is it measures 20 degree angstrom. Okay, or 20 angstrom, And second point is that the distance between two successive base pairs, right? So two successive base pairs is about 3.4. Okay, this is distance between the two successive base pairs will be 3.4 here. This is one base pair and this is one base pair. Okay, the distance between these two base pairs is 3.4 angstrom. Okay, the angle between the two steps is 36 degrees and degree. Okay, this one, the angle between the two steps is the 36 degree. And second point is that the two grooves, okay, the DNA has the majorly two grooves. One is major groove and second one is the minor groove. Okay, so the two grooves in DNA, one is major groove which about 2.2 mm, that is micrometer in width, and minor groove is 1.2 mm in width. Here, this structure of DNA has the majorly two grooves. So one is minor groove and another one is the major groove, right? So this minor groove is about 1.2 mm in width and this major groove is about, this is 1.2 and this is 2.2 mm in width. Okay, and next point, the DNA made up of two polynucleotide strands. We know that already. It is made up of two polynucleotide strands running anti-parallel, right? So let us consider this is one nucleotide, right? This is the one polynucleotide. So which is starting from pi dash to here 3 dash, right? And this is second nucleotide, right? Polynucleotide, which stands from 3 dash to from here 5 dash, right? So both polynucleotides will run anti-parallelly. They will run opposite direction to each other. These chains are made by sugar and phosphate. These chains are made by backbones of sugars and phosphate. These polynucleotides, whatever the polynucleotide present on this is, they are made up of sugar and phosphate group. Okay, forming a long axis and bases are right angled to it. Okay, so bases are right angled to it means this is the straight line. This is the polynucleotide. So in here the bases are correct right angle to this polynucleotide like this, right? So they are right angle to the polynucleotides. And second point is that nitrogen bases attached to the first carbon of pentose sugar. Okay, so nitrogen bases, it may be adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, whatever it will be. So those are attached to the first carbon of pentose sugar, right? And in case of purine, in case of purine, the base is attached by the 9th position, right? So in case of purine, they get attached to the pentose sugar is by at 9th position, and in case of pyrimidine, it is by 3rd position, right? So in case of purine, that is attached by the 9th position, and in case of pyrimidine, that is attached by the 3rd position. And second point is that each polynucleotide made by many nucleotides, right? So this each one polynucleotide is made by number of nucleotides. So number of nucleotides will join together form a one polynucleotide. Okay. So the polynucleotide made by many nucleotides which linked by the phosphodiester bond, right? So these nucleotides are joined by phosphodiester bond. Polynucleotides coils right-handedly. Okay, so these two polynucleotides will coils right-handedly to form a form of DNA that is nothing but the B type of DNA, or it can be called as the bDNA. Okay, and next one is polynucleotide chains held together by hydrogen bond. Right. So let us consider this is one polynucleotide chain and this is one polynucleotide chain. Okay, so these two bands, these two strands are joined together, or they are connected together by the hydrogen bonds between the nitrogen bases, right? So here, okay, this is the polynucleotide strand, this one like this, right? And this is one polynucleotide strand, right? So these two polynucleotide strands are attached, are linked together by these hydrogen bonds between the nitrogen bases. So these are the nitrogen bases and these are the hydrogen bonds. With the help of hydrogen bonds, these two strands are get attached. Okay. Between the nitrogen bases. The pairing of nitrogen bases is specific. That is, adenyl will pairs with thymine and adenine will pairs with thymine by forming the two hydrogen bonds, and cytosine will pair with the guanine by 3 hydrogen bonds. See here. So this adenine is always paired with thymine. Okay, by forming the 2 hydrogen bonds, and this guanine is always pairs with this cytosine, which forming 3 hydrogen bonds. This is specific. Adenine always pair with thymine by forming the 2 hydrogen bonds, and guanine always pair with the cytosine, which forming the 3 hydrogen bonds. Okay, so this adenine will not bind with the cytosine. This is not specific. And same here, the thymine will not bond with the cytosine because it is non-specific, right? And next point is that the amount of purines, okay, the amount of purines and pyrimides are equal. Okay, so number of A plus T is equal to number of G plus C. Means the amount of purine and amount of pyrimidine is always constant. Okay, so this is called as the charge of rule. So what charges rule will say means the amount of pyrimidine and amount of purines are always same, right? So this is constant. So this is the postulates are a structure of DNA given by the Watson and Crick. Okay, I hope this video is helpful for you. Thank you.